Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum. Very good morning. Selamat datang. Welcome to the Malaysian Pavilions COP28. I hope you enjoy your few minutes break because we're going to start our next sessions. Also hope you had time to glance at the screen displaying the latest schedules and program highlights so you will not miss any of the program today. A bit on our housekeeping. Firstly, we kindly request everyone to please silence or switch off your mobile phones as we commence the event. For those who are intended to do some casual discussion, you can do it at our launch area in front of the lobby of our pavilions. We also like to invite our guests to fill up the front row seat before we start the sessions. And as you are aware, we are sharing the same building as another pavilions. So they're going to be a quite noise ambience, so please bear with that. Your patience is very grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying back. And for those just arrived, welcome to the Malaysian Pavilion. I think we're going to start. For the next session, I would like to invite Ms. Isma Kuzaima to conduct the next program. Thank you very much.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Thank you for being here. Hope you had a fruitful session earlier today in today's session. Okay, my name is Isma. I'm from Sarawak Energy Berhad. I'll be facilitating this session. Welcome to Malaysia Pavilion. Okay, this session continues to fit today's theme, Advancing a Just Energy Transition. We have Datuk Haji Sharbini Suhaili, the Group Chief Executive Officer for Sarawak Energy Berhad, who will be sharing with us on Sarawak Energy's path to energy transition and 1.5 degree C business ambition. So a little bit of introduction on Sarawak Energy Berhad. Sarawak Energy is the Malaysia's largest renewable energy developer or producer based in Sarawak, Malaysian, Borneo. Our vision is to achieve sustainable growth and prosperity for Sarawak by meeting the region's need for reliable and renewable energy. Building on our active involvement in hydropower development, Sarawak Energy is a key member and sustainability partner of the IHA, International Hydropower Association, a member of the UN Global Compact Network Malaysia, as well as a member of the Global Reporting Initiative. So Datuk Sharbini will tell us more about Sarawak Energy later on in his presentation. So before I invite Datuk Sharbini on stage, allow me to give a little bit of introduction on Datuk Sharbini. Yeah, he was a Shell scholar who worked with Shell and Petronas in senior leadership positions before joining Sarawak Energy in 2016. Datuk Sharbini holds a degree in engineering from University of Leeds and also an MBA from Henley Management College, UK. Datuk Sharbini serves as an elected board member of the IHA, International Hydropower Association, and also he's a council member of Energy Transition Malaysia Alliance, a coalition consisting of Malaysian energy leaders to drive energy transition in the country. He is also appointed as Singapore Management University's International Advisory Council in Malaysia. So under Datuk Sharbini's leadership, Sarawak Energy is progressing towards full electrification targets, decarbonizing the energy sector towards a low-carbon economy, and growing Sarawak Energy's aspiration to become the renewable energy powerhouse and battery of Asia. So without further ado, I think please join me to invite Datuk Sharbini on stage to deliver his presentation. The floor is yours, Datuk.
Thank you, Isma, and I hope you can hear me. There's a lot of background noise, so I will try to speak as loud as I can. Many people are saying that I have a soft voice, so I need to be very close to the mic. Yeah? So, Assalamualaikum and very good morning, everybody. And thank you, Isma, for the introduction, and thank you for inviting Sarawak Energy to participate in the 2023 United Nations Climate Change Conference, or COP28. And we are pleased to be part of this continuing global discourse surrounding climate action and energy transition. And today I will share Sarawak Energy's path to energy transition and the 1.5 degrees Celsius business ambition. Before I start, let me give a quick introduction of Sarawak Energy. We are an energy development group and vertically integrated power utility wholly owned by the Sarawak government. And we have been around for more than 100 years. So we are built on a foundation of 100 years of powering Sarawak, the state of Sarawak, the Malaysian part of Borneo Island. And as mentioned by Isma, today we are the largest renewable energy developer, serving a population of 2.5 million in Malaysia's largest state, Sarawak, through 760,000 account holders and supported by a workforce of 5,500 staff. Yeah? And our vision is to achieve sustainable growth and prosperity for Sarawak by meeting Southeast Asia's need for reliable and renewable energy. Supported by our core values as shown on the slide, we are progressing our ambition of becoming a regional renewable energy powerhouse via hydropower development, capitalizing on ideal conditions provided by Sarawak mountainous landscape, the rainy climate, and the many rivers that we have. And hydropower have been the foundation for Sarawak's early energy transition and the 1.5 degrees Celsius business ambition efforts, and we are currently exploring to share these benefits with our regional neighbors and our partners and neighbors in Kalimantan as well. Aligned with the United Nations SDG number 7, affordable and clean energy, we are working closely with the Ministry of Utility and Telecommunication to ensure that Sarawak as a state achieve full electrification by 2025. In fact, today the extent of electrification in the whole of Sarawak is at 99%, so we are almost there. And if you compare that with 2009, where only 67% of rural areas were covered by 24-hour electricity coverage, that has been a tremendous achievement in giving electricity coverage to the people of Sarawak. And investing in renewable hydropower has enabled us to adopt a holistic approach towards energy development, balancing energy security, affordability, and sustainability to support the Sarawak government in driving the state's socio-economic transformation while accommodating climate commitments and targets. We are focused on ensuring a balanced and sustainable capacity mix with predominantly renewable hydropower complemented by indigenous thermal resources such as gas and coal for energy security and diversity. And secondly is to maintain affordability. And I think that's very important. Yesterday I was speaking at the United Nations round table, and what I said was that Southeast Asia consists of many nations, many islands, and many of the countries are still at development stage. And a big part of our people don't have access to 24-hour electricity. So affordability is key for us. And that's where we are trying to ensure that we are helping the whole region transition and provide everybody with sustainable electricity supply. So maintaining affordability by providing among the most competitive tariff in the region by leveraging on hydropower development. And thirdly is incorporating a greater share of alternative renewables into our future capacity mix with the aim of achieving 5% alternative renewable energy like solar and biomass in our generation mix in the long term. So as part of our holistic energy development efforts, we have consistently increased the share of renewables in our capacity mix and installed capacity since 2010. If you can see from the chart, our capacity mix has transitioned from being primarily fossil fuel. In fact, in 2010, 92% of our gen mix was hydrocarbons. And by 2015, that has transformed and transitioned to more than 70% hydro. And it's still, of course, supplemented by indigenous gas, some alternative energy, and some off-grid diesel. And this as well have empowered us to provide electricity to more households across Sarawak, as well as diversify our revenue stream by attracting energy-intensive industries and export customers through our globally competitive tariffs and tariff structure. We will continue to maintain a high percentage of renewable hydropower and increase alternative energies like solar and biomass in our capacity mix. And we have plans as today to integrate large-scale solar into our capacity mix by 2030 in line with Sarawak government's post-COVID-19 development strategy or PCDS 2030. And as one of the strongest advocates of responsible hydropower in Southeast Asia, Sarawak Energy aligns with the principle of the San Jose Declaration on Sustainable Hydropower. We believe that the only acceptable hydropower is sustainable hydropower, and sustainable hydropower will deliver ongoing benefits to communities, livelihoods, and the climate. And sustainable hydropower requires stakeholders to work together. That is the San Jose Declaration. And building on the success of San Jose Declaration, the Bali Statement on Powering Sustainable Growth was recently launched at the 2023 edition of the World Hydropower Congress, which took place in Bali from 31st October to 2nd November. And the statement calls on policymakers across the globe to act and plan for future energy needs, incentivize sustainable hydropower development through financial and market-based mechanisms, to accelerate the development of renewables through transparent and efficient permitting and licensing processes. And this is key because many of our projects are delayed and have been severely hampered by the issue of permitting and land and wildlife issues. And lastly, incorporating hydropower sustainable practices into government regulations and financial sector's obligation. All of these recommendations require constant communication and collaboration across various industries and governments, and which is where events like COP28 comes in. So indeed, COP28 provides all of us with the platform to come together and chart the way forward to progress our collective hydropower journey to ensure a greener future for all, especially for our children. So just an essential part of Sarawak Energy's hydropower journey and energy transition have been our large hydropower plants. So we have currently 3 of them as shown on the chart: Batang Ai, Murum and Bakun, with a combined generation capacity of 3,500 megawatts, and a fourth 1,300 megawatts Baleh hydropower project is currently being constructed and expected to be commissioned in 2028. Our hydropower developments are built in accordance with International Commission on Large Dams, or ICOL standards, for safe and efficient operation, as well as the Hydropower Sustainability Standard, or HSS, which ensures that our hydropower developments and operation meet international sustainability requirements. So our ambition to be a regional energy powerhouse. As an emerging sustainability leader in Southeast Asia, with aspiration to become a renewable energy powerhouse, Sarawak Energy believes that we can play a central role in advancing energy transition and reducing emissions in the region. And aligned with the belief, we have been working actively with support from the Sarawak government to establish our state as a regional hub for renewable energy through power export. And our commitment to renewable hydropower development has allowed Sarawak Energy to capture opportunities to develop transmission interconnection with neighbors in Borneo and beyond. And I've always believed that, for the whole region, Southeast Asia, to transition, each member state must be able to fully capitalize and harness the renewable energy available to them and share and collaborate at the regional level, either through a regional interconnection, through an commercial arrangement, commercial partnership, knowledge sharing, and as well as being able to share in the development of expertise in the region. So in 2016, we took the first step in driving a trans-Borneo grid with the commissioning of Sarawak's first international and transboundary interconnection to West Kalimantan. We export power to West Kalimantan through interconnections across the border between Kuching, nearby Kuching, Mambong to Bengkayang substation in Kalimantan. And the successful completion of this initial interconnection to West Kalimantan has led to the identification and possible implementation of other similar bilateral interconnection projects. And we strongly believe that the ASEAN power grid is essential to integrate variable renewable energy sources into the power systems of ASEAN countries, with interconnections linking diverse energy markets, which will enable ASEAN countries to capitalize on the strength of different renewable energy technologies, optimizing generation and enhancing overall system reliability. The ASEAN power grid will also allow us to overcome some of the variability and intermittency issues that are inherent in most renewables, with cross-border balancing and renewable trading, allowing us to better accommodate fluctuations in supply and demand. And we believe that this will reduce reliance on fossil fuels by enabling a higher penetration of renewables in our individual energy mixes, further reducing greenhouse gas emissions and contributing to our 1.5 degrees Celsius business ambition commitment. So energy security will also be enhanced through the ASEAN power grid, with interconnection offering mutual support when faced with high demand or unexpected disruptions, and ensuring reliable and secure energy supply in the region. By sharing the benefit of renewable hydropower through these interconnections, Sarawak will be able to drive regional sustainability and energy transition, providing the people of Southeast Asia with a shared sustainable energy future. In 2021, we signed a power exchange agreement and interconnection agreement with Sabah Electricity Center Berhad, paving the way for an initial export of 30 to 50 megawatts to our Malaysian neighbor for a term of 15 years, following the completion of the transmission infrastructure, which we hope to complete by mid-2024, mid next year. And as the first interconnection between two Malaysian power utilities, this agreement, we believe, will help to accelerate the country's energy transition. And we are also working to expand our footprint beyond Sarawak. So we are building on this platform. And here Sarawak Energy is working closely with our Indonesian partners, Adaro and Kayan Patria Pertama, to develop 1,300 megawatts Mentarang Indo Hydropower Electric Project, or MIHEP, in North Kalimantan. You can see the picture of the groundbreaking ceremony with the President of Indonesia and our Premier in Malinau last year. And this multi-billion-dollar project is a joint effort to provide affordable, reliable, and sustainable renewable energy to support Indonesia's green industrial park in North Kalimantan. So early works for MIHEP is well underway, and the project is on track to achieve the first power before the end of this decade. We are grateful that MIHEP has received solid support from the Indonesian government and project-affected communities surrounding the project location. And I would like as well to touch on the Sarawak-Singapore interconnection. The Sarawak Energy has completed a comprehensive technical studies with Sembcorp Industries and Singapore Power Corporation, or Singapore Power Group, and are well advanced in the commercial negotiation for a potential interconnection with Singapore with direct undersea power cables linking Sarawak and Singapore. The Right Honourable Prime Minister of Malaysia recently acknowledged the efforts of Malaysian utility companies, including Sarawak Energy, to progress cross-border business by leveraging the ASEAN power grid. Can I have some? Okay, thank you. Thanks. So Sarawak is very proud to play our role in spearheading a shared grid in Borneo and working with Indonesia and Singapore to progress the ASEAN power grid. Our commitment to sustainability as a responsible corporate citizen, Sarawak Energy is fully committed to advancing the energy transition and our 1.5 degrees centigrade or Celsius business ambition in a sustainable manner. So we are fully aligned with the United Nations SDGs, especially the 8 listed on this slide, and believe that renewable hydropower development is necessary to achieve them. And at the Bali World Hydropower Congress recently, there was a consensus that that hydropower is a must-have or must be the backbone to achieve or to power sustainable growth and to achieve a green economy in the future. So we are also the first corporate body in Malaysia to commit to the business ambition for 1.5 degrees Celsius pledge. And with this, we agreed to contribute towards climate action through science-based targets enabled by renewable hydropower, with the aim of limiting the global temperature increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level by 2030. And I'm happy to note that our near-term science-based targets were officially approved by the Science Based Target Initiative, or SBTI, recently on the 8th of November this year. And Sarawak Energy as well is very much committed to reducing our Scope 1 and Scope 2 greenhouse gas or GHG emissions from power generation. And we are doing that by a couple of things. Firstly is to increase renewable energy capacity in our gen mix. Secondly, to diversify our renewable energy resources. Thirdly, ensuring energy efficiency in our operation. And last but not least, reducing carbon in our value chain. And we also committed to a 42% reduction in absolute Scope 3 GHG emissions from the use of sold products by 2030, and we have been doing that since 2021. And since 2014, the company's Scope 1 main grid CO2 intensity has achieved 2 degrees centigrade and currently stands between 2 degrees and 1.5 degrees centigrade. In addition to embedding hydropower sustainability standards in our hydropower project, we are partners with leaders in the energy industries like the International Hydropower Association, or IHA, Global Reporting Initiative, GRI, and Global Compact Network Malaysia to advocate for corporate sustainability, including sustainable hydropower development. And we launched our first renewable energy certificate, or REC, at a globally recognized mechanism, for renewable energy trading at our inaugural Sustainability and Renewable Energy Forum, or SAREF, in 2019. And through the RECs, we want to ensure and to encourage greater participation from corporation in a more sustainable energy future, encouraging them to source 100% of their electricity supply from renewable resources, boosting renewable energy uptake and integration. And reception has been enthusiastic, and as of December last year, we have committed about 1.8 million RECs, further promoting energy transition in the region. And I think all of you know that the Sarawak government is committed to pursuing a hydrogen economy, And in 2017, under the Sarawak's larger green energy agenda, and we are very well positioned to become a significant hydrogen player in the global hydrogen value chain by leveraging on our renewable energy resources and close proximity to the major markets. So as an early step towards realizing the state hydrogen economy aspiration, we built the first Southeast Asia's hydrogen production plant and refilling station together with Linde, Malaysia in 2016. And it is located next to our old diesel plant, which is mainly used on standby. And the production plant is able to produce 130 kilograms of hydrogen per day with 99.99% purity. And it is capable of filling up to 5 fuel cell buses and 10 fuel cell cars per day. And today we have 3 fuel cell buses and 8 fuel cell cars in Sarawak, all of which are owned and operated by the Sarawak Economic Development Operation. And we, Sarawak Energy, have 2 Hyundai Nexo as well, the hydrogen fuel cell cars in our fleet. And this will also assist to research how to green the transportation sector through low carbon fuels. And we know that hydrogen has a wide application in our existing industry and can be exported in various forms via different methods. It will play a central role in further greening Sarawak's industries, transportation sector, and healthcare in the future. And our rapid transport, which is our ART, which is already has arrived in Kuching, will also be powered by hydrogen. Yeah. And aligned with the green agenda, as I mentioned earlier on, different stakeholders have come together to decarbonize the transportation system in Kuching and the Sarawak's capital city by enhancing the public transport options and encouraging adoption of green vehicles among our citizens. So to support this, we need to put infrastructure in place to ensure that it is moving. Sarawak Energy has installed electric vehicles or EV charging stations around Kuching. And indeed, today we have one of the fastest public charger in Borneo, located in Kuching's ICOM Square, which we just launched recently in September. And we will look to extend the installation of EV charging stations to other major Sarawakian cities in the future. And Sarawak Energy is also the first company in the state to incorporate electric and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles into our corporate fleet. And in 2019, you can see from the picture there, Sarawak's first electric bus powered by Sarawak Energy arrived on the Kuching Road and is still in operation today. We also want to increase our renewable energy footprint, as I mentioned earlier, and we are currently developing our first 50 megawatt floating solar farm at our Batang Ai hydroelectric plant reservoir to take advantage of the synergy between hydropower and solar, as well as increase the proportion of renewable energy in Sarawak's generation mix. The floating solar is expected to be commissioned next year, and this will enable us to further decarbonize our power grid. Once commissioned, this plant is expected to offset 52 kilotons of carbon emission annually, and this initiative showcases our dedication to diversify our energy mix into renewable energy. And you know that in Sarawak, we have huge water bodies in our hydroelectric dam. So in fact, our Bakun lake is as big as Singapore Island. So we can plant up a lot of floating solars. Of course, we need to make sure that, because solar is a very intermittent and variable energy source. So you need to make sure that we are able to integrate it effectively into the grid. And energy storage as well is a big topic that people are talking about nowadays, and it plays a vital role in the transition to renewable energy, particularly with intermittent renewables like solar and wind. So recognizing this importance, Sarawak Energy has also embarked on a pilot 60 megawatt battery energy storage, or BESS, at our Sejingkat coal-fired power plant. So in fact, what we did was we took out or decommissioned one of our coal coal unit and replace it with this battery. And this battery will also provide critical grid services such as peak shaving, as well as spinning reserve, and optimize our generation asset. And aligning with our goal of slowly reducing coal generation and minimizing the carbon emission associated with traditional power generation. This will also mitigate the intermittency issues associated with variable energy sources such as solar. And I'm also proud of this project. We recently collaborated with Japan Chitose Group and the Sarawak Biodiversity Center for the first industrial microalgae production facilities. Launched in May this year, this Chitose Carbon Capture Central Sarawak project plays a vital role in minimizing carbon emission into the atmosphere by capturing carbon emissions from our coal plant in Kuching, leveraging on microalgae. Yeah? And we believe that this is also one of the pathways for us to contribute to Sarawak 1.5 degrees Celsius commitment. So these are some of the activities and programs and initiatives that have been defined in Sarawak Energy's history, progressing energy transition and business ambition for 1.5 degrees Celsius. So I would like to thank everybody again for giving me the opportunity to share our experience and perspective with you. I look forward to hearing from all of you and addressing any questions that you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Datuk. May I request you to stand over here first? I think we are just in time. Perhaps we can take one question from the floor, if there's any question. I guess your presentation is clear enough where, yeah, you didn't invite any questions. So anyway, thank you, Datuk Sharbini, for the insightful sharing that you have earlier on. We, as Sarawak Energy, I think we are also proud to work in Sarawak Energy, and we will also double our effort towards this journey of energy transition. Thank you so much. Thank you, Datuk.